In a city like Lagos, everything glitters. From the flashy restaurants in Lekki to the designer plates on the table, people chase to shine the vibe, the views, the soft life. But sometimes, the brighter the light, the darker the shadows behind it. This is not just another food story. This is not just about jollof rice and cocktails. This is a story about the people behind the counter, the ones you never see, the ones who serve you while silently starving. Let me take you inside a place that looked like luxury, but hid a world of pain, sweat, and silent dreams. From the outside, taste and glory look like heaven on earth. Modern glass walls, golden signboard, right in the heart of Lekki face. One where selfies met suya, and every meal came with a sprinkle of luxury every day. Customers lined up in their finest clothes, snapping pictures before the first bite. The food looked like it was flown in from abroad. But behind the counter, something else was cooking, and it wasn't pretty. Meet Debo, just 23, a kitchen assistant, working 12 hours a day for 22,000 naira a month. He lived in Mushin with his mother and younger siblings. Each morning he left home before sunrise, squeezed into a danfo, and got to work before the manager arrived. No breakfast, sometimes not even lunch, only small leftovers when the day ended. The same food he cooked but couldn't afford. His hands covered in burn scars. His dream? Simple: open a small amala spot in Ojeligba. He called it Debo spot. He said, "One day, people go queue for my soup." Then there was Ada, 30 years old, single mother, waitress, tired feet, but always smiling. She carried trays like she was born with them. Never complained, never sat for long. Every tip she got went straight to her daughter, Miracle, just 6 years old. The owners of Taste and Glory, Mr. Demeji and his wife Patricia, were the face of class. Matching outfits, Benz SUVs, they only came in to snap pictures and post on Instagram. Meanwhile, their staff used a broken toilet. The kitchen ceiling was leaking. And lunch break? 15 minutes, shared with mosquitoes and heat. Still, Ada smiled. Still, Debo cooked. Still, customers clapped and said, "Best restaurant in Lagos." Then came one rainy Tuesday night. Business was slow. Rain was heavy. Only one delivery left. The manager begged Emeka, their dispatch rider, to deliver it. Emeka agreed. But before leaving, he picked up his phone and recorded. He filmed the leaking roof over the dish rack. He filmed Ada crying silently, washing a mountain of plates. He filmed Debo asleep on a sack of flour, still in his stained apron. His voice in the background said, "This not the real Taste and Glory for customers, but suffering for workers." He uploaded it. By morning, 90,000 views. By evening, Twitter catch fire. By night, Instagram blogs, they dragged the owners like generator wire. Some people were shocked. This happening in Lekki. Others were angry. "I've eaten there. How could they treat staff like this?" The owners first denied everything, then went silent. Within 72 hours, government inspectors showed up. Staff had no contracts. Salaries were unpaid. The kitchen? Unfit for use. They shut the restaurant down. But from the ashes of shame came light. Ada was offered help by an NGO. Her daughter, Miracle, got a scholarship, school fees paid for the next 6 years. Debo became a small celebrity. His humility touched hearts. People donated. He raised enough to open his dream amala joint in Ojeligba. Debo spot. On opening day, Emeka was his first customer. He brought friends. They bought food. They laughed. And Debo said, "Not from kitchen suffer I reach. Here, now." Debo's spot is growing. And right there on his signboard he wrote, "Food from hard hands, served with soft heart." As for Taste and Glory, they reopened months later with new staff, new faces, and far less glory. But now, people ask questions before they eat in fancy places. How do people treat your staff? Because Lagos will shine, yes, but the light should touch everyone, not just those holding the fork. Behind every luxury meal, there's a story. And sometimes, the real heroes are the ones who serve, not the ones who snap. So next time you sit down to enjoy that fancy meal, remember, someone cooked it, someone carried it, Someone cleaned up after you, with a tired back and an empty stomach. Never judge a place by how sweet the food tastes. Judge it by how it treats the hands that prepared it, in Lagos and all over the world too. Many workers wear smiles outside and carry silent pain inside. But like Debo, and like Ada, there is strength in struggle. And there is hope when truth finally comes to light. If you felt something from this story, if you saw a piece of real life behind the glitter, leave a comment below. Tell us what part touched you most. Did it remind you of someone you know? Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And please, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more real emotional stories that speak to the heart, because behind every smile, there's a story, and we're here to tell it.